Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we're going to take a look at AGL Namek Frieza here on a 200% lead. He is rainbowed and he is max link, so I'm really curious to see how this guy is going to look, because previous to the 7th year anniversary, I only had this guy 55%, and I've only ever tried him on a 170 lead, so I'm going to be very interested to see how this guy is looking. I think he's actually going to be looking really, really good. Still actually looking like one of the best units in the game. I think this guy to some extent might even be a little underrated, because I think he's a lot better than people are leading on to be. I actually think he's better than Namek Goku, mainly because of two things. One, he has a 200% leader skill, and two, because he has big bad bosses. Like that's a really big part of this guy's kit. I think Namek Goku's weakness is like turn one, he's not looking that great defensively, whereas this Frieza is going to be looking a lot better early game defensively. Namek Goku, I do think, has better potential for defense stacking, which we'll talk about that here when I talk about Frieza's super attack effects, right? So Frieza's leader skill, not as good as it used to be. It's 170 to HP and attack and only 150 to defense for sworn enemies in Planet Namek Saga. With the 200% leader meta, like, this is a lot. I mean, it's still runnable. Like, 2 Namek Friezas is really, really good. But now with the 200% leader meta, you want to try to run 200% teams if you can. And only getting 150% defense actually will hurt a lot, especially in events like Red Zone, where defense is so, so important, right? So the difference between running 150% defense lead as opposed to a 200% defense lead, that's like 100% defense you're leaving on the table, right? So you got to keep that in mind. His super attack effect is on 12 key, he raises attack and does Mega Colossal. So the one thing about Namek Goku and Frieza that's so impressive is their 12 key supers are hit really hard because they're Mega Colossal on both, which is really, really good. So he's infinitely stacking attack on the 12 key, and then on the 18 key, he's infinitely stacking defense. So the way Frieza works is you're going to go for the 18 stack defense, and then his additionals are going to stack attack. The bad part for Frieza is that you can only ever stack defense once per turn. Namek Goku, you technically can stack defense up to 3 times per turn. With Namek Goku, you could intentionally do a 12 key super to stack defense, get a 12 key from his passive, and then get another 12 key from his potential. And you could have triple defense stacking. So while Goku's not going to look as impressive turn 1, late game into Namek Goku will probably look better than Frieza, depending on how the stacking is going. The problem with these stacking units is they still hit ridiculously hard, which is a good thing, but it's not good for stacking because you can't stack if the enemies are dead, right? So that's one thing we're going to be looking at here. So his passive is Ki +2, attack and defense +100 at the start of turn, launches an additional super within the same turn after receiving an attack, so a guaranteed super if he gets hit, which means you have to be in slot 1 to do that, right? If you go in the slot 2 or 3, you're still going to get a medium chance of launching additional super. So from their passive, no matter what slot, Frieza can get an additional super from his passive. He gets an additional attack and defense +100 for 6 turns from the start of turn. And then after 6 turns, that's actually going to fall off. And then it's going to change to just attack +50%. So he is going to lose some defense. He is going to lose some attack. So the idea is you need to be stacking up so that when you lose that, you're pretty much back to where you were. And then you can continue stacking from there, right? He gets 1 key at the start of each turn up to 3, so he gets a little bit of key from his passive, which is good. An additional attack +50% when attacking a super class enemy, and he performs a crit if you're going against a Goku. Frieza's last passive is way better than Goku's, because Goku gets a guaranteed crit against a Frieza, which there aren't very many Friezas in the game, but Frieza against a Goku, there's a lot of Gokus in the game. Now, I do hope one day they do make a Legendary Frieza event. I think that's the one that people want the most, that they've been asking for. We really need a Legendary Frieza event. I think a Legendary Cell event could happen, a Legendary Buu event. We need some of those in Extreme. That would be awesome to use some of these other units, right? Okay, so my Frieza, I did go very heavy additional, but I did put a lot of crit on as well, just because you're not always facing a Goku, and you do want some crits to get through on those other enemies. So mine's at 20 additional 18 crit. I kind of balanced them out. Put a lot of crit equips, but there you go, full level 10 links. So let's hop in. We are going to link this guy up with third form Frieza. He's a great linking partner because they share 5 out of 7 links, including big bad bosses. And this guy's also going to be supporting. So anytime you run your main character on rotation with a supporter, you have the opportunity to double support them, which means AGL Frieza is going to look crazy, because on most turns in this team build here, we are going to be double supported. Now, we did end up with Ginyu in the first rotation here with them, so we are not getting double supported, but we're still getting supported by third form. So, start of turn defense here, 300k defense turn 1. If he's supported, he's actually closer to 350k defense right here, turn 1, which is really, really good compared to like what Namek Goku's doing turn 1. And that's partly because of Big Bad Bosses. Big Bad Bosses is huge, right? So let's have third form Frieza attack. I want to get him some stacks because he is a stacking unit. We're going to get a pretty big super attack here, a 22 key super. And then we got to get Ginyu stacking up here a little bit as well. All right, so let's see what we got turn 1. Third form Frieza is not going to be looking good here turn 1 defensively because he has type disadvantage here. But he stacks very quickly on his attack. His attack can get kind of crazy for a support unit. We got very unlucky with the procs there. He can attack up to 4 times, and we only got 2 there. So 9 mil turn 1 without the extra support. So I'd say with an extra support, he's probably closer to like 10.5 mil, maybe 11 mil there. Ridiculous. Unfortunately, we didn't get the additional super there. The additional super there would have let us stack attack, which would have been nice. But we got that first Vegeta out here. Or technically, this is the second Vegeta. I skipped the first phase because we didn't have Frieza on rotation. So what we're going to do here is we do have AGL Rildo here. He's the 50% support for Extreme AGL. So we're definitely going to keep him around floating for that Frieza. So we're going to try to leave a fat stack of AGL Orbs here so we can get a 24 key next turn. This rotation I do not believe will take out this Vegeta, so I think we'll be fine. Unless we get a bunch of crit additional supers or something crazy like that, right? So let's see what we got here. Ginyu's going to go on stack. This is my Ginyu who's only 55%. Definitely want to rainbow this Ginyu. I love this Ginyu. So when he returns, I have actually I have a theory because on JP, they were expecting Ginyu to be on the Tanabata banner and he wasn't. And I think he wasn't on there for 2 reasons. One is the Tanabata unit was good enough to carry the banner that they didn't need to like stack the banner. And my other theory is they wanted Ginyu to come back at both versions at the same time during Worldwide. So my theory is Ginyu's going to be on Worldwide, which that would be ridiculously hype because I'm pulling hard on that banner for whatever it is because it's going to be something ridiculously cool, right? All right, we're going to put AGL Freeze on slot 1 because we want to make sure we get an attack off here. So, yeah, 427k defense. This is only turn 2. So that's like ridiculously good for how early it is for this Frieza. Considering how offensively like tuned this guy is, that's a very good turn 2 defense. I'm actually like really impressed with this Frieza. There's an over 10 mil attack stat on turn 2. This Frieza's looking pretty crazy. I'm not going to lie. He's looking crazy. Now, we're not getting guaranteed crits. Oh, dang it. I wanted an additional super there. Okay. I want to see him stack some attack. I want to see that attack stat like shoot up, but it's hard for Frieza to stack attack because he's so powerful. He often will one-shot the enemy, right? All right, so we got a double Ginyu rotation here. The friend Ginyu's actually got more defense, so we'll put the friend Ginyu in slot 1. We definitely want these Ginyu stack in defense. So I'm going to make sure they get the orbs that they need. Physical Ginyu will do that. And we did get a nice little pocket of AGL orbs for next turn. I don't think this rotation will take out the Vegeta. This shouldn't hurt too bad. We got type advantage with like almost 300k defense. I think we're going to be fine here. Yeah, that's fine. He did lower our defense there, but Ginyu's just going to stack that back up. So no issues there. In Namek Goku, he really needs just a 200% leader skill. I want to see Namek Goku on a 200% team before I judge him too much, but right now this Frieza's definitely better because he's got the big bad bosses, he's got the team build with a 200% team. I definitely don't like Ginyu as the leader though as much, but that's kind of what you got to do. If Ginyu supported like extreme class, that would be ridiculous, but it's fine that he supports Ginyu. Like that Ginyu team is so crazy. All right, so what I'm going to do is let's take advantage of the Frieza active skill. It's actually pretty hard to get off here. So, I mean, we're going to miss a turn of stacking defense. I don't know. I think I'm just going to stack defense. You guys know Frieza's active skill is crazy, and I don't have the animations on. He's already at 550k defense. Like, that's crazy. I'm gonna stack the defense. That's more important than getting the active skill here. So let's just go ahead and do that. Frieza's not getting a chance to stack very much, but that's fine. That's the thing. You get this Frieza defensive enough, you can just put him in slot 1, and he's often going to one-shot the phases anyways. There we are again, close to an 11 mil attack stat, over 10 mil. Just free and easy damage. And he's getting his 18 key supers very easily on this team build because we're double supporting him. He's got key from his passive. He's got good links. Like, this Frieza is still one of the best units in the game. Don't let anybody tell you he's not. Like, this Frieza is still really, really good. If you're on the 7-year banners right now, if you are... Hold on, let's check which Ginyu's better here. All right, the friend Ginyu. Let's get him in slot 1. If you are done summoning on the 7-year banners and you don't have this Frieza, I do think he's worth the coin investment if you want to throw red coins down. Now, even if you're done summoning with your own resources on the banner, you still want to wait till pretty much the end of the celebration because you're going to have rainbow tickets. If you're going to use your rainbow tickets on these banners, you still kind of want to wait because you could still pull a Frieza on your rainbow tickets. If you're done summoning and you're going to put your rainbow tickets on the LR banner, then by all means, I would say go ahead and pick up a copy of this Frieza if you don't have them. I don't think it's as important to go ahead and get dupes. Like, especially if you're like a more free-to-play player and the red coins don't come as easily to you, I would then maybe get you want to focus on getting like your first copy of really good units. That's what I would do as like a low-to-pay or free-to-play player. I'm willing to put a few bucks in the game, so I splurge a little bit. I spend coins to rainbow units. That's not what I would recommend the average player do. But I did rainbow this Frieza and Namek Goku on coins, even though they're probably going to be on the worldwide banners, not going to lie. I just wanted them rainbowed, so I'm willing to use my coins on it, and I want to have fun with the coins, and that's what I decided to do. Okay, so this Frieza's probably, or this Vegeta is probably going to get one shot out of here, because this Frieza is going to get 2 attacks off. Now, we are on turn 8. So, his defense is 455k defense. It went down a little. That's because we lost 100% attack and defense from his passive. So, his stats dipped a little bit, but now we just use the stacking, and we just stack it back up, right? We haven't had a lot of chances to stack attack, but as long as we're consistently stacking his defense every turn, we're going to be fine. I've been very impressed with the numbers. Here's a 9 mil attack stat. So we saw a dip in the attack, right? That's because we lost part of the passive, but still very impressive. And if he ever gets a chance to additional, which he's going to hear, this is going to be an attack stack. And look at that, 7 mil on the 12 key. And he got a triple. So that was actually very good for us that Vegeta dodged, because now we got 2 attack stacks in. So I'm going to be very interested to see what we're looking like next turn. But dude, 7 mil additionals on 12 keys from an LR is absolutely crazy. So that Frieza just did like a 24 to 25 mil attack stat. He hits hard and has good defense to back it up. He can still get killed in red zone. Like, I'm definitely not saying that he's like a red zone killer, but he's good enough to run in red zone because the amount of offense he's going to put down is going to help get through the phases quicker, and he's got enough defense to back it up. All right, we're actually going to grab all these orbs with Rildo because he needs the defense here. I'm kind of risking it this turn without items. I probably should have used the Whis, but on a 200% team, we got 650k HP. So he can hit us for 500k if he wants, and we're still going to live. So that's the other powerful thing about the 200% leader skill. Don't underestimate the importance of HP. HP is very important. And you're going to see that in red zone because these bosses hit for like 1,000,000 damage. So when they're hitting for 1,000,000 and you have 500k defense, you're going to take 500k shots and you need to live that. So yeah, 200% is basically the meta right now. And it's going to be for a very long time. It's been a very long time since they've done a category shift. So I expect the 200% meta to be around for quite a long time, several years, before they go on to a new category lead meta. Because there's so many combos they can do now. They can definitely ride this for a long time. So I think it was good planning on their part. I think we were due for a new leader meta. I was getting kind of tired of the 170s and them coming up with weird categories, right? Now they can like kind of back off on doing bad categories and just focus on better combos, right? Okay. So yeah, we're just going to put Frieza in slot 1. He's probably going to take out this Vegeta. Unless he dodges, I think he will. 527k defense now. So even though that part of his passive fell off, now we're just restacking up and we're just looking fine anyways. So, I think, see, third form Frieza is going to be in trouble here. If we don't, I'm going to use a Whis because I don't want this run to end and I want to go a little bit deeper. But I'm pretty sure we didn't need an item there. Turles is going to miss the super. That's fine. I could have used his active skill, but I think this Vegeta's going to be out of here unless he dodges like crazy. Here comes the Dokkan attack, though. This is going to be a big hit. Remember, we got a double attack stack last turn. So Frieza's attack stat right now is just chilling at, okay, it's about 10 mil again. So that's good. Attack stacking is typically slower than defense stacking. So it takes us a few attacks to get us back up to that 10, 11 mil attack stat we were at. But we'd eventually get there. But dude, at 9 point whatever, like that's fine. That's a hefty attack stat. With the guaranteed additionals he's got after getting hit. Look at that, 12 mil without a crit. And then almost an 8 mil additional here. And this Vegeta not even close to surviving it. He almost didn't even survive the initial attack. So he had to survive that just to give us the attack stack in there. This Frieza's crazy. We're already on the final Flash Frieza, the final Evolution Blue Vegeta here. So that's just insane to me. So here's what we're going to do here. This turn, we should still have Whis active, and Ginyu should be... Oh, yeah, these Ginyus are stacked up just fine. So I think we're totally fine just riding this here. Physical Ginyu definitely will take some damage, but he's not going to take 600k. He's going to be fine here. And of course, Vegeta probably would do that, but he's probably going to final flash in slot 1. Yeah, right here. I was going to say, he'd be a real jerk. He's attacking 50 million times. It would be just like him to super in slot 3 with that one single attack, but he's not, so we're good. That's how hard this guy hits, though. We did not take double digits there, and that was like a 500 plus K defense stat Ginyu with a Whis on. So this Final Flash Vegeta, he definitely feels like some of the bosses in Red Zone. Like, he hits really hard. These other Red Zone bosses, though, are even crazier. They just do mean things. So I'll have videos out on all those Red Zone fights. So just go ahead and keep your eye out on those coming up moving forward here. But I think with the amount of damage we're doing here, I think Frieza's probably going to finish him off next turn. Unless he dodges, right? Unless he dodges a lot. But I think Frieza's going to connect here and take out this Evolution Blue Vegeta, which he is very tanky. But Frieza does a lot of damage, and we've got Rildo up, so let's see what happens. We got a fat stack of AGL here. Let's just put him in slot 1, give him the guaranteed additionals. 650k defense. Frieza actually stacks really well. He actually might stack better than Goku, even though Goku can triple super. It's because I haven't played with Goku on a 200% lead, though. We can't unfairly judge Namek Goku, because I do think he's really good. But man, this Frieza's actually stacks pretty well for only getting one stack a turn. He's doing just fine. 650k. Very impressive right there. Rildo's definitely going to take some shots here, but we'll just see what happens. If we die, we die, but I think we're going to take him out. Yeah, there we are. We're back up to about an 11 mil attack stat. Let's hope Vegeta doesn't dodge. If we triple super here, it's going to be crazy. Yeah, look at that damage. Okay, 8.5 on the 12 key. Oh, he got a dodge, and we didn't get a third. Okay. If that was like triple super, triple crit, we would have gotten close to getting that Vegeta out. Hey, in third form Frieza finally get a chance to stack up a little bit here. Look at him go. We potentially could get to another turn, because this in third form Frieza, when he's fully built up, he's hitting like near 5 mil attack stats for a support unit, which is pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. That just goes to show how good the Ginyu Force LR is, because they're a support unit that's hitting 5 mil turn 1. And third form Frieza has to stack up quite a bit to get there. Okay, I was going to say, if we took a super there, we may have been in trouble, but we're okay. Turles here will definitely not be able to survive. Sure, let's active skill Turles. Yeah, we'll just Whis here. And then I'm pretty sure... Actually, I kind of want the healing here. Because third form, or full power Frieza is going to get enough orbs. Yeah, we'll just kind of go light here. I mean, Turles is going to do a big attack, but he's not linked up particularly well, so I'm not worried about Turles taking him out. I think he's going to guarantee crit, though, because he's got 24 key, but that's fine. I'm pretty sure Frieza is going to survive this turn, and then we'll let our Namek Frieza just dominate the last turn. And as long as he doesn't dodge, he's going to be out of here. These Ginyus defensively are getting pretty crazy. We never even got a chance to transform one. If we transformed one, then they would actually link together and be really, really crazy. But that opportunity did not come up for us here in this fight, which is fine. We're just mainly showcasing the Namek Frieza, who's absolutely crazy. I'm going to say I'm Really impressed with him. Very much worth the rainbow. Very, very much worth picking up if you don't have him, like I said. But just keep your eye out because I think he is going to be on the worldwide banner. So don't stress about getting him now. If you already pulled the year 7s but not Frieza, don't go back in just for Frieza because I think the worldwide banners are going to be really hype. I know people are thinking it's going to be something else, but I'm still a proponent that it's going to be the movie. I think it's going to be movie themed. The movie's dropping August 19th. I know the worldwide might be starting right around that time or maybe just before, but it's the perfect time for like global hype. And I feel like it was designed to be a joint celebration, and I feel like that's the slot to do it in. So that's my thought. Worldwide is going to be Dragon Ball Superhero. That I'm going to go with that. We could finish with the active skill here. 671k defense. Sure, let's do the active skill to finish it off. See if we finish off Vegeta. How much damage? Oh, 11 mil with the crit. Yeah, Frieza be hitting hard. So anyways, guys, we'll end it on the KO screen. So there you go. LR, full power Namek Frieza. This was a 200% max links showcase, looking really good. Let me know what you think of this Frieza. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.